All right, the first thing I want to talk about is this hybrid solar eclipse that is coming up on April 20th, 2023. It's a pretty rare thing. It only has happened, this will be the seventh time in the last 100 years. And what a hybrid solar eclipse is basically an annual lunar and a total solar eclipse all at once. Now, even though I do talk some stuff about Steve Fletcher, he did come up with a very, very amazing pattern for this hybrid solar eclipse. And that is that if you go from this hybrid solar eclipse to the last one, which was in 2013, 10-year gap, the very, very middle point is 1727 days from both of them. So if you go 1727 this way and 1727, I believe it's in a half that way, you come to the very midpoint, and the number 727 in the Strong's Greek Concordance turns out to be rapumir, which is rapture. That's where the word rapture comes from, to violently snatch away. So that's a very amazing pattern. I don't believe in a 7-year rapture. In the beginning of this last 7 years, I believe that I've posted so much profound evidence for a 2025 rapture, but I don't know everything, and it's still a very amazing pattern. So I wanted to share that with you guys. The next thing is that my last post about EMF protection, electromagnetic frequency protection, that we are all exposed to right now, especially in the cities, the big cities. People in the country, it's still around you, but in the bigger cities, it's everywhere. It is everywhere. And like when we were warning people about why people were actually getting sick and all these things in 2020 and 2021, that they can turn these things up and you get sick. And if you look at the symptoms of radiation sickness and, let's say, the flu or any type of sickness, they're exactly the same. Exactly the same symptoms. So we were warning people that the reason that some people were getting sick, other than the normal reasons, was because of this EMF, just turning it up, maybe focusing on certain people, right? They have amazing technology that we don't know about. I know about it, and a lot of it is ancient from the fallen angels. But again, if they target certain individuals, they can make you sick. They could even do worse. They have this technology. So EMF protection, one of the big things that was told to me the other day that I made a video about was lead paint for your house. Lead paint was banned in 1978, but you can still find it super easy. You just Google it on the internet, and you can get lead paint clear coat so that you don't have to cover the paint job on your house. You just clear coat it with lead encapsulating clear coat paint. And all you gotta do is wash your wall off, like hit it with the hose strongly, get all the dirt off, let it dry good, then put your paint on. And the only thing about lead paint that they told the public, I don't know if this is true or not, but they told the public the reason they're taking it off the market in 1978 is because children were ending up with more lead in their blood systems. So the only way that that could happen, in my opinion, is if they're constantly touching it or even eating it. It can go through your pores or if you ingest it. So none of that even matters if you just use it on the outside of your house. You see? So again, I don't believe that it was really that harmful in the first place. I think that, obviously they knew the plan for the future, so they can't have all of these houses being painted to protect them from EMF. So you have to take it off the market well before you do the next step of your plan, which was all this stuff around us, the towers, and more probably. So that is one thing that you can do the outside of your house with, and even through, of course, you have to do the top of your house too. So clear coat, all you got to do, spray down your shingles, let them dry good, and then just roll your shingles, man. That's what I'm gonna do. If I get money, run into some money, I'm gonna do my house. And another thing that I shared with you guys is the EMF protection curtains. it's worth the money. Um, just because you have your house protected, it can come in through your windows. So you just close your curtains. When you want to use your cell phone or something, open your curtains, and you can use wireless technology like that. Then after you're done, close them. Now, all of this is not going to do any good if you have. Now, hold on a second. So remember, if it can't come in, then things can't go out, right? So you'd have to go back to cable, right? Cable, whatever you use, or just like I said, open a window. But with that being said, so many people have brought this stuff into their homes with smart technology. Smart this, smart that, all these smart appliances. So your house is literally just filled with this electromagnetic frequencies going everywhere. Okay. And so that is something that, people need to make changes. Just because it's awesome that your refrigerator can talk to you and Google things, you need to get rid of that. You need to get an old school refrigerator that just works. You just need to get regular appliances, everything, because this is the battle that we're in. Now, the last thing that I mentioned in the video was tin foil. What we have now, they also banned tin foil, but you can find it on the internet, simple. But our aluminum foil doesn't really protect you from EMF, and they know that. So we used to have tin foil, but they took that out and put aluminum foil. So tin foil is more expensive, obviously, but you know what it does? It does protect you from EMFs. So remember your tin foil hat, and in the movies you see them, well, that's not tin foil, that's aluminum foil. You need tin foil. You can coat anything with it. Coat the outside of your curtains. So if you don't want to spend all that money on EMF curtains, buy tin foil and coat your regular curtains. Just line them with it on the outside. You see? There are a lot of solutions. There are a lot of ways. You can line anything. You can line your jacket. You can line your hat with tin foil. And all these things. So I want you guys to realize that they've got everybody trained to think that it's going to be okay because this stuff is on a slow kill. See, because this stuff doesn't kill you overnight, even though it can. If they target you and they turn it up, they can take you out or they can make you very sick. But the majority of this is on a slow kill. So it takes months, then it'll give you cancer, or you just start feeling like crap, or you get sick, or even years sometimes. And that's how they're doing it. You see, and that's how they get people. Bill Cooper, who was murdered, wrote a book years ago called Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars. And that's what we're in. It's a quiet war and these weapons are silent. You don't see bombs overhead dropping and missiles. That's not how they're getting us. They're getting us through all of this radiation and electromagnetic frequency. It's an invisible war. Remember what the Bible says. Ephesians chapter 2 verse 2 says that Satan is the prince of the power of the air around us. It has power. There is literal that you can just grab out of the air, the ether, magnetism, and all this stuff. They know how to manipulate it. So what God has created, the I guess you can call it nature, but even the things you can't see, the devil has taught man how to manipulate all this stuff and use it against people. This is part of the knowledge of good and evil. So what that means is how to use all this technology, but to use it in a bad way too. You see? All these technologies, everything can be used in good ways, which it sometimes is, but it can also be used in bad ways. All this stuff like ringing in ears and tinnitus that has become very popular, it's from all this stuff. It's from what's in the air around us that we can't see. That's what they bet on. You have to be a spiritual person and understand that it's what you don't see that really can harm you. What you do see, yeah, some of that stuff can harm you too, but it's what we can't see that we have to protect ourselves against. Do you believe in God? Okay, do you believe in angels? Okay, well, you do, then you have to understand what I'm saying. A naturalist, atheist person Well, actually, even they would believe in what I'm saying right now, what they can't see, because, they can see the effects and, they can understand that. So again, we have to stop thinking that everything is going to be okay. That's what it is. We're lulled into a position of confidence that everything's going to be okay without arming ourselves, right? We're lulled into this trusting that, it's not that big of a deal to have all this smart technology in our house, to have all these towers around us, because right now at this moment I can breathe. I'm not sick. 6 months from now, can I say the same thing? 2 years from now, can I say the same thing? If you get cancer, they'll tell you it's from too much sun, which I doubt. The sun is good for you. But what it's really from is from all this BS around us. It's from your smart refrigerator. It's from the towers. But they'll tell you it's actually from the sun. Why? Because that's what they've been told. The sun is good for you. The sun gives off information, and in for literal information, and it gives off good things for you, but vitamin D. Okay? So, but see again, just like all these people having all these heart attacks and clots, we all know what that is, right? From that. But they're not telling people exactly what it is, you see? Because, again, there's an agenda. So they're just telling people what they've been told. Whatever you say, don't say it's from the you know what, right? So that's just like all this cancer. Whatever it is, just don't say it's from the you know what. Just say it's from something that's actually good for you, like the sun. You see? So we've got to think about the battle that is raging right now. That is the slow kill. That is the things that we do not see, but we know are there. Just like God, just like angels. But actually, I filmed angels, so you can go down my channel and look at that. But again, it's there. Is love real? Okay, it's invisible. It's there though, right? Is hate? Is all these feelings and emotions? Yes, all these things are real, but we can't see them, but we know about them and we can feel them, and we know that they exist, and we can see the effects of them. So this is what you got to do. So I'm letting you guys know. Protect yourself. It's time to spend a few $100 for things that you need. Forget about the things that you want. Get the things that you need. God bless.